Yes. So let us start with this problem. Mr. Rajat submits the following information for the financial year ending 31st March 2020. He decides that you should compute the total income and ascertain the amount of losses that can be carried forward. So how much amount of loss you can set off? Even after setting off, what is the balance of loss is there? How much you can carry forward that to next year? That's what is the ultimate impact which you are supposed to do. This type of questions you'll be getting for 10 marks or maybe 8 marks. That depends. Okay. Now, he has two houses, house 1, house 2. So he is having two houses, house 1 and house 2. Income from house property of house 1 is going to be 72,000. Loss from house 2 is going to be 30,000. So first what I need to do?
Set off
Inter
within the same
source.
head.
Yeah, section 70. Income loss from one head should be set off with the income from the same head. So if I apply section 70, this 30,000 will be set off against 72,000. Thereby, my income from house property will be what? 72,000 minus 30,000. My income from
42,000.
42,000. So 42,000 is nothing but your income from house property. That's what is your application of section 70. That's it. Now, he has three proprietary business. He has three proprietary business. One is textile, other is chemical, other is leather business. So three business you are having. Okay, now textile business. uh, Textile business discontinued from 31st October. Current year, there is a loss of 40,000. Current year, loss of 40,000 is there for the current year. Now, let us see. Bought forward business loss from the assessment year 16-17 is 95,000. That means you are carrying forward this from 16-17. Then ultimately under which section? Section 72, bought forward business loss. You can carry forward this for a period of
8 years.
8 assessment years. So ultimately 16-17 is 1 year, 17-18 is the other year, 18-19 is the third, 19-20 is the fourth. So now you are in the fourth year. Okay. Now, chemical business discontinued from 1st March has no profit, no loss. So textile business also Rajat has discontinued. Chemical business also has discontinued. But for the textile business, he was having a loss. Current year loss is 40,000. For chemical business, there is nothing. Bad debts allowed as deduction in earlier years recovered during this year. Okay, there's nothing but your 35,000. This I will explain to you later. This will be covered under something called as section 41. This will be called as what? Deemed income. Deemed income. So this is something called as what? Deemed income or deemed profits. Okay. So this 35,000 is taxable. Now, bought forward business loss for the assessment year 18-19. So 18-19 you got a loss that you had carry forward. Under section 72, this can be carry forward for a period of 8 assessment year. Leather business. So as this person is doing having 3 segments, leather business got a profit of 1 lakh. Now, what I need to do initially? Section 70. So first I need to apply section 70. Then only I can think of section 71. Section 70 is what? Inter source. Within the head, inter source I need to see. You are having a profit here. Here and here you are having a loss. So what I can do? I can adjust. I will adjust. So 1 lakh is your income. 35,000 is your income. So total income is how much? 1 lakh 35,000.
35,000.
Yeah, 1 lakh 35,000.
Sir,
And
for us, of now, we need not want to take this bad debt, sir.
no, even that is also your income. That is also has to be, see, bad debt.
But it is not coming in 71, 70 series now, sir.
No,
You told you will
see,
explain later.
yeah, 70, 71 speaks about your set off and carry forward. But when you focus on something called as your profits and gains from business or profession, see, 70 and 71, what it says, adjustment of loss against income, right? 70 and 71 says your set off of loss against your income. What is your business income? For that, I need to consider my section 41 also. Section 47 says 35,000 is your business income and 1 lakh is your business income. So what is my total business income? 1,35,000 is my total business income. Now against this 1 lakh, I need to adjust my loss. I need to adjust my current year loss. I need to adjust my bought forward business loss. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Why we are adjusting this under section 41, that we'll discuss. When we are going through deemed income, there I will clearly explain you 41 subsection 4, because this is forming part of your 41 subsection 4. There I will discuss. For the time being, I'll just explain this provision in a lighter way. Bad debt allowed as deduction. When earlier, say suppose earlier Rajat was having some bad debt, say 35,000 was the bad debt of Rajat. What he has done? Taken this as deduction. Taken. In the next year, the same person paid him some 35,000. Okay, he had taken 35,000 as deduction. The same person paid him this money. So ultimately, I need to consider this as an income. Last year, I thought I won't get this. My profit was reduced. Now, same person gave me the money. I am getting some sort of money. I need to consider this as an income. Last year, if I had not reduced, I could have paid more tax. Why I had reduced? Thinking that the amount is bad, but I recovered something. So ultimately, I need to consider this as an income. Not exactly, there is some other thing there. We'll discuss that clearly when we are going through profits and gains from business or profession. Is it clear for the timing?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, total income from profits and gains from business or profession is what? 1,35,000. Total income is 1,35,000. Now, what is the loss this person is having? Current year loss, this person is having 40,000. Bought forward business loss is having 95,000, and bought forward business loss is having 50,000. Now, the thing is, here comes the tax planning, which I need to adjust first. Whether I need to adjust my current year loss, whether I need to adjust my bought forward loss, that I need to consider. Bought forward loss can be carried forward for a period of 8 years. This already 4 years period is done. Finished. 4 years period is already finished. Now still only 4 years period is left off. So if I consider like that, and that to what? This is discontinued. So as is a discontinued, from this 1,35,000, first you adjust your current year loss. What is your current year loss? 40,000 is your current year loss. Once I adjust this 40,000, how much is there? You are having 95,000. You are having 95,000. Then what I will do? I will adjust my bought forward loss. Another 95,000 is there. I will adjust this. So ultimately, there is no profits and gains from business or profession. And still there is a balance of 50,000. So what I will do? Carry forward. This 50,000 will be automatically carried forward. Then share of profit in a firm. Share of profit in a firm. This again I will explain you. We are having something called as section 10 subsection 2. These are called as exempted incomes. Okay, these are something called as exempted incomes. Under exempted incomes, whatever share you are getting from a firm as a partner is exempted, not taxable. Why? Because firm is paying tax on the profit, right? Say the firm is getting some profit. On the profit, firm is paying tax. Then the firm is distributing the same profit to the partner. If I collect the tax from the partner also, that this does not amount to double taxation. It amounts to double taxation. So this firm is paying tax on the profit. So the same profit, if it is distributed to the partner, it is not taxed in the hands of partner. It is purely exempted. So this is not at all to be considered as an income at all. Then comes short-term capital gain. Short-term capital gain is 60,000. Long-term capital loss is 35,000. What section 70 says? Short-term capital loss can be adjusted with long-term capital gain. But long-term capital loss cannot be set off with short-term capital gain. I can't set off. So simply, I will just carry forward this 35,000 under section 74. Under section 74, we will just simply carry forward that. That's it. Contribution to LIC premium. This is totally at present not relevant. See, the problem is asking you to compute total income, but let us restrict this to gross total income. Okay, we are not computing your total income. We are just computing the total income. Because for this, we need to discuss something called as chapter 6 deductions. Chapter 6 deductions. So as we have not yet up to that point, we will restrict our problem to something called as well gross total income, right? Now, so we had discussed the entire problem. Now from the examination point of view, how I have to do? Say we know 40,000 is nothing but your business in house property income. PGBP 0 is my PGBP. Capital gain 60,000 is my capital gain. 35,000 will be carry forward. 50,000 will be carry forward. How I need to show this? That's what is one of the most important. See, always income tax from the examination point of view, I need to show what he's asking first. What is asking? Compute something called as your gross total income. That's what is the first one. Let us do that first. Then we will discuss on the second one, right? Now, solution to the problem number 1. Let us see. Solution to problem number 1. This PDF I will share to you. So this question as well as this solution also I'll share to you so that this you can use it as a reference for you. Now, how do I present this from the examination point of view? Statement for computation of gross total income of Mr. What is the name of the SSC? Rajat. Of Mr. Rajat. Of Mr. Rajat for assessment year, for the assessment year 2021 is as follows. Compulsory, you need to show in this fashion. Now, particulars is one column, which you should always maintain. Amount in rupees, another column, amount in rupees. That's it. Now, always you need to follow the sequence of your head of incomes. What is your first head of income? Salary. Then comes your house property. Then comes your PGBP. Then comes your capital gain. Then comes your income from other sources. Same order, same sequence I need to follow. Okay. In this problem, you don't have any information of the salaries. You are having income from house property. You are having profits and gains from business or profession. You are having capital gains. No income from other sources. Only 3 head of incomes are there. So now let us start with income from house property. Now, in this statement, you need to put a heading. Income from house property. Income from house property. In that first one. What is the first one? House number 1. You are having 2 houses. House number 1. And you are also having house number 2. Now let us see what is there. House 1, you are having income 72,000. Income 72,000. Second house, you are having a loss of 30,000. So 30,000 is the loss. 30,000 is the loss. Now you reduce this, take this difference to the outer column. So what is the income there? 72 minus 30,000, 42,000 is nothing but your income from house property. That's what is the first one. Second, second one, profits and gains from business or profession. Now, which business is giving you profit? Leather business. Leather business is having a profit. Now, first let us take that. Profit from leather business. Profit from leather business. What is the profit from leather business? 1 lakh. So now let us take this as to be 1 lakh is the profit from leather business. Then you are also having recovery from bad debt. recovery from bad debt. This will be covered under something called as section 41 subsection 4. And what is the bad debt amounting to? The bad debt was amounting to 35,000. So bad debt was amounting to 35,000. So let us take this as 35,000. So you are basically, and one more thing. Let us also add it here. Share of profit from firm. Share of profit from a firm. As I said, this is not taxable, exempted under section 10 subsection 2. You need to clearly mention it as exempt under section 10 subsection 2. So ultimately nothing is taxable. Then current year's loss. Current year loss. See here, we are having current year loss discontinued 40,000. Okay. So ultimately that I need to adjust. So here, let us adjust that. Current year's loss from discontinued business amounting to what? Current year's loss from discontinued business 40,000. Why we are doing this here? Because this again I will clearly mention when we are discussing section 41. There is one important provision regarding your discontinued operation. Loss from discontinued operation going forward means not the current year. If this I carry forward this to next year, this current year loss can be set off with only income arising from the discontinued operation. Next year, if I don't adjust this here, from the next year, what I have to do? This I need to adjust against the income if I get anything from the discontinued operation. So till today, till 2019, I had done some sort of business. This business gave me some sort of loss. If I adjust this in the current year, no issue. But if I carry forward, then the problem will be there. What is that problem? This loss should be adjusted with any sort of income arising from your discontinued operation. Say, I had made a discontinued operation. One of my customer need to pay some sort of money. I stopped my business. Going forward next year or some other year, that customer gave me some sort of money. So this loss should be adjusted only with those sort of income. Other than that income, this cannot be adjusted with any other income. This again I will explain you when we are going through section 41. There we'll discuss this again. So that is the reason to prevent this. Say, what is the guarantee that from this business I will get an income? There is no guarantee. So that's the reason what I'm doing. Current year as per section 70, we are adjusting this. So what is this? Under section 70. Section 70. Even this also you are doing as per section 70. Now, so this 40,000 will be adjusted. So if I adjust this 40,000, you still have 95,000 as your income. You still have 95,000 rupees as your income. Now what we'll do? Two bought forward business loss you have. Two bought forward, because you are having totally three business. You are having two bought forward loss. Let us see what are the two bought forward loss. One is nothing but from textile business. This is for the year what? 16-17. Other from your chemical business. This is for the year what? This is for the year 18-19. Which is older? 16-17 is older. Because
Yes,
of
sir.
the 16-17, 4 years I already closed. This only 1 year is passed. So ultimately I should give a preference to this as compared to this. So what I will do, I will adjust this first. Because this still this 50,000, I can carry forward this a further period of total 8 years, of which 1 year is expired. Still I can carry forward that for a period of 7 years. So I will just simply roll over and I will carry forward. That's what is something called as this. Now let us see. So
Okay, sir.
discontinued business. Loss is arising in 16-17. The loss is arising in the year 16-17. Amounting to, the loss was amounting to 95,000. 35,000. So entire income is adjusted and you don't have any other income. And so not discounted business. So this is not discount business from what? Textile. Yeah. This you are getting from textile business. And not only this, you are also having a loss from chemical business. Chemical business also, the loss was there. This was raised in the year 1819. This loss was what? This loss was amounting to 50,000. So this loss was amounting to 50,000. So what we'll do? We'll just simply carry forward this under something called as section 72. We are just simply carrying forward this under section 72. That's it. So that's the reason we are not considering this here. That will be carry forward. So profits and gains from bills or provision is 0. Then comes your long capital gains. Then comes your capital gains. Capital gains. You are having short-term capital gain. Okay, what is the short-term capital gain? Let us see. The problem clearly says short-term capital gain is going to be 60,000. So short-term capital gain is coming to be 60,000. And you are also having something called as long-term capital loss. What is long-term capital loss? 35,000. Long-term capital loss is going to be 35,000. What section 70 says? Long-term capital loss can be set off with only long-term capital gain.
Capital gain.
Yes, it cannot be set off with short-term capital gain. I don't have any long-term capital gain. So what I need to do? I need to carry forward. So this will be carry forward under section 74. Under section 74, long-term capital loss will be carry forward. So we are not going to adjust anything here. So what is my income? You are not setting it off, you are carry forward. So ultimately you are having 60,000 rupees as your capital gain. As your capital gain, you will be having 60,000. Now this total will be something called as your gross total income. Let us do the total. 42,000 is your income from house property. 60,000 is your capital gain. So 40,000 plus 42,000 plus 60,000, 1 lakh.
1 lakh. 2,000.
2,000. That's what is nothing but your gross total income. Problem is not yet done. First part is done because first part is asking you total income. Second part is asking you amount of losses to be carry forward. Even that also we have almost done. Now I need to prepare a separate table stating that carry forward 50,000 plus carry forward 35,000. 50,000 will be carry forward under section 72.
I'm writing.
Yeah.
So
This
1 minute, sir. Right.
sure. Yeah, carry on. Not an issue. Right. Now we have even done the second one. Now these two things I need to put in a separate table. Now let us do that. B. What is B? Statement for computation of loss to be carry forward to next year. That's it. Only two things we are having: loss from chemical business and long-term capital loss. Now let us do that. Again, another small table here. Particulars, section, amount. See, section number, if you remember, you write, but don't write the wrong section number, because if you write the wrong section number, ultimately, even though the problem is right, you will be losing the mark. So if you are 100% confident, then only you try to quote the section number. That's it. Now, in this, loss from chemical business relating to year 1819. This you are carrying forward under section 72, amounting to 50,000. Then next one, long-term capital loss for assessment year 2021, because that's the current year. So ultimately, this what you are doing, this you are carrying forward under section 74, amounting to what? Amounting to 35,000. One more column we will write here, remarks. we'll also try to maintain one other column called as remarks. What is the meaning for this? You just write, this will be carry forward for a period of 8 assessment year. This will be carry forward for a period of 8 assessment year. And you can set this off against income from profits and gains from business or profession. This can be set off only from the long-term capital gain. So just simply in one line, you need to write the provision of section 72. In one line, you need to write the provision of section 74. That's it. So that's the end of your problem number 1. Right. So problem number 3. Compute the total income after adjustment of losses. Mr. Banerjee furnishes the following details for the year ended 31st March 2020. Income or loss from house property 36,000, house 1. House 2 self-occupied 20,000. House 3 60,000. So that's what is the information which is given regarding the income or loss from the house property. Now, first, what I need to do, we need to apply something called as section 70. What section 70 says? Loss from one source can be adjusted with income from the other source within the same head. House 2 giving a loss, house 1 and house 3 giving an income. So this 20,000 can be set off with the income of house 1 and house 2. So that total will give you something called as a income from house property. So now what? 36,000 minus 20,000, that gives you 16,000. 16,000 plus 60,000, that gives you 76,000. So I can simply say income from house property is nothing but 76,000 is your income from house property. Done. We had done with that. Then profits and gains from business or profession. Textile business, automobile business, speculative business. Section 70 says one thing. Non-speculative loss cannot be adjusted with, speculative loss cannot be adjusted with non-speculative. Speculative loss can be adjusted with only speculative income. But reverse is possible. That means non-speculative loss can be adjusted with either speculative and also with non-speculative. So what I will do, this 3 lakhs, first I will adjust with my non-speculative. So 3 lakhs, I'm adjusting 2 lakhs here. Still, I am having 1 lakh loss. That being a non-speculative loss can be adjusted with your speculative loss. The difference would be something called as 1 lakh. Right, total you are having 4 lakhs. From the 4 lakhs, you are adjusting 3 lakhs. So profits and gains from business or profession is going to be 1 lakh. Done. Then the next one. Long-term capital gains from sale of shares, security transaction tax paid 1,50,000. So you are having a long-term capital gains paid to the extent of 1,50,000. So long-term capital gains is what? 1,50,000 is your long-term capital gain. This point I will explain it later for you. This is covered under something called as section 112A. Okay, what 112A says? Section 112A says that entire long-term capital gain is not taxable. Your long-term capital gain minus 1 lakh, the difference is taxable. So in this case, long-term capital gain is 1,50,000 minus 1 lakh. So what is taxable? Only 50,000 is going to be taxable. Then long-term capital gain from sale of vacant site. You are selling a vacant site that is giving a gain. So ultimately 2 lakhs is taxable. Then what? Short-term capital loss can be adjusted with long-term capital gain, but reverse is not possible. Long-term capital loss cannot be adjusted with short-term capital gain, but short-term capital loss can be offset with long-term capital gain. So what I will do, I'll simply adjust this. So you are having a short-term capital loss of 1 lakh. So what is your total long-term capital gain there? 1,50,000. So 1,50,000 is nothing but the total long-term capital gain, which is taxable. Then you are also having income from other sources. Whenever you are receiving a gift from a non-relative, okay, this point again you will understand when we are going through section 54. Section 55. Section 55 explains you the concept of the gift. Okay, this will be discussed in income from other sources. So here what is happening? Gift from a friend, 60,000. What this section 55 says, whenever you are receiving a gift from the non-relative, if the gift exceeds rupees 50,000, if the gift exceeds rupees 50,000, entire value of the gift is taxable. So entire 60,000 becomes taxable. Same gift received from a relative who is nothing but your maternal uncle is not taxable. Gift received from a relative, not taxable. Gift received from grandfather's younger brother. This person is not a relative. There is a list of people who are called as relatives that will clearly discuss when we are going through section 55. Grandfather is a relative, but grandfather's younger brother is not a relative. So this 1 lakh is the thing which is going to be taxable. So now this total is something called as our gross total income. That's it. Right? So same presentation is one of the most important. How do we start here? Computation of total income of Mr. Banerjee for the assessment year 2021 is as follows. Income from house property, profits and gains from business or profession, capital gain, income from other sources. That is the basis of starting your problem. That's it. Okay. So let us start doing this now. Right. Computation of gross total income of Mr. Banerjee, Banerjee for the assessment year 2021. Of Mr. Banerjee for assessment year 2021. Right. Now, particulars amount in rupees, amount in rupees. That's it. Now, in this, the first one is what? Income from house property. So the problem clearly specifies you are having house 1, you are having house 2, and you are also having house 3. So 3 houses are there: house 1, house 2, as well as house 3. House 1, house 2, house 3. Now, house 1 is giving 36,000, house 2 is giving 20,000 loss, house 3 is giving 60,000. So let us take it in the inner column. So let us come here, take this as 36,000. Take this as a loss of 20,000. Take this as a loss of, income of 60,000. So ultimately, this is nothing but your income from house property. So total income from house property will be 76,000. So income from house property is going to be 76,000. So what we have done? Section 70. We had applied section 70. Inter-source adjustment within the same head. Okay, now that's what is the first head. Then comes profits and gains from business or profession. So the problem clearly specifies we are having 3 business: textile, automotive, speculation. Now let us take it here. Textile, automotive, speculative. So 3 business we are having. Textile business is giving an income of 2 lakhs. So let us take here 2 lakhs. Automotive business is giving a loss of 3 lakhs. Let us take this as a loss of 3 lakhs. Then speculative in business is giving a profit of 2 lakhs. So speculative business is giving a profit of 2 lakhs. So that's what is the impact now. Now, if we adjust this, the income will be what? The income will be 1 lakh. Here you need to mention clearly, speculative loss cannot be adjusted with non-speculative, whereas non-speculative loss can be adjusted with speculative gain. So that's what is the note which you need to mention. That's the reason, being a non-speculative, we are adjusting this with the speculative business. So the profits and gains from business or profession is going to be 1 lakh there. We are done with the second head. What is your third head? Capital gains. Let us discuss on the capital gains. Capital gains. We are having long-term capital gain on sale of shares, security transaction tax paid. Security transaction tax paid. What is the gain given there? The gain given there is 1,50,000. So 1,50,000 is the gain. Now 1,50,000. What section 112A speaks about? 112A speaks about up to 1 lakh nothing is taxable. The remaining differential 50,000 is going to be taxable. So taxable capital gain is only 50,000. So just take this in the inner column but not in the outer column. So 50,000. Then I guess you are selling some vacant land. Let us see. Some vacant land has been sold. Vacant land site has been sold for 2 lakhs. So now let us come here. Take the vacant site value to be 2 lakhs. Okay. Vacant site has been disposed for 2 lakhs. So total long-term capital gains, you are having 2 lakhs 50,000. Then what the problem is telling you? The problem is telling you short-term capital loss is there amounting to 1 lakh. So you are having something called as short-term capital loss amounting to what? Amounting to 1 lakh. Means what? You need to apply section 70. What section 70 says? Section 70 clearly defines that short-term capital loss can be set off with either short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain. Whereas long-term capital loss cannot be set off with short-term capital gain. So that is the reason you are adjusting this. So now from this 2,50,000, if I adjust this 1 lakh, you'll be having a capital gain, long-term capital gain amounting to 1,50,000 will be your long-term capital gain. Then the last head is nothing but your income from other sources. Income from other sources. Now, total 3 gifts are there. Gift from a friend 60,000, maternal uncle 1 lakh, grandfather's younger brother 1 lakh. Now let us see. Gift. First gift received from a friend. Second gift received from maternal uncle. Third gift received from grandfather's younger brother. So whatever gift received from a friend is taxable. So the value of the gift is what? The value of the gift received is 60,000. So the 60,000 becomes taxable. Maternal uncle is not taxable. You need to mention here gift received from relative, not taxable. So as it is not taxable, it is purely exempted. Gift received from the younger brother, grandfather's younger brother, 1 lakh. That 1 lakh is taxable. So the total is what? The total comes to 1,60,000 is the total. Now this entire total 1,60,000 plus 76,000 plus 1 lakh plus 1,50,000 plus 1,60,000. So this total is nothing but your gross total income. Problem number 4. Let us see. Mr. Sohan submits the following details of income. Mr. Sohan submits the following details of income. Income from salary. Income from salary 3 lakhs. Loss from let out house property 40,000. Income from sugar business 50,000. Loss from iron ore business bought forward, discontinued a long back 1,20,000. So bought forward loss from a discontinued business, you are having 1,20,000. Short term capital loss is there, long term capital gain is there. Same as the previous problem. Short term capital loss can be adjusted with the long term capital gain. Dividend received. So you are having a dividend received of 5,000 is the dividend received. I will come back to this. Income received from the lottery 50,000. Winnings in card games 6,000. Agriculture income 20,000. Long term capital gain from sale of shares. Security transaction tax paid amounting to 10,000. Same what I had mentioned earlier, 112A. What 112A says, in this case, long-term capital gain minus 1 lakh. If any difference is there, that difference is taxable. Here, what is the long-term capital gain? 10,000 is your long-term capital gain. 10,000 minus 1 lakh, you are having a negative. So ultimately, in this case, nothing is taxable. As per section 112A, there is nothing which is going to be taxable. That's it. Now, short-term capital loss under section 111A, you are having 10,000. So you are having a loss under the particular section. Now, okay, then what? Bank interest is there 5,000. He is asking you to compute your gross total income and is also asking you to compute the amount of losses to be carried forward. It's pretty much simple problem here. Okay, now if we try to do the problem, heading remains the same. So I want you to write the heading. Computation of the gross total income for Mr. Sohan for the assessment year 2021 is as follows. Then first, what will be there? Income from salaries. As I said you, we need to follow the order of head of incomes. Income from salary. No calculation is required. Directly is telling you 3 lakhs. You put this in the inner column. You consider 3 lakhs as a part of your inner column. Now, you are having loss from house property. Loss from house property. Here, the difference between this and the previous problems is, in the previous problem, you are having house 1, house 2, house 3. In this problem, you are having only one house. That house is giving a loss. So application of section 70 is not possible. So I will go to section 71, interhead. What section 71 says? Loss from house property can be set off with either income from salary, either it can be set off with profits and gains from business or profession, it can be set off with capital gains, it can be set off with income from other sources. So there is no restriction. So what we'll do here, I will be adjusting less what? Loss from house property. What is the loss there? 40,000 is the loss there. So we'll be adjusting this 40,000. 3 lakhs minus 40,000. The difference you are getting is 2,60,000 will be called as taxable income from others. Sorry, income from salaries. There is no restriction. This you want, you can set off with your PGBP. This you want, you can set off with your capital gains. This if you want, you can set off also with your income from other sources because there is no restriction at all. Then comes, there is no income from house property. Then directly will be moving on to profits and gains from business or profession. Now, what is the profits and gains from your business or profession there? Here, income from sugar business. Income from sugar business, 50,000. Loss from iron ore business. This person is also having a loss from iron ore business amounting to 1,50,000. I can adjust. Bought forward, as it is a bought forward, we are going to apply section 72. We are going to apply section 72. As you are applying section 72, what I will do, I will adjust this 1,20,000 with this 50,000. If I adjust this 1,20,000, still you are having a loss of 70,000. So what we'll do, this 70,000 will be carry forward. Now, let us come here. Profits and gains from business or profession. In this, you are having income from salaries. You are having, sorry, income from sugar business. Sugar business. Income from sugar business is given as 50,000. So 50,000 is nothing but the income from sugar business. Loss from iron ore business. So loss from iron ore business was amounting to 1,20,000. So let us take this as 1,20,000. So ultimately, there is nothing taxable. So there is nothing taxable there. So you still have 70,000 loss. Still have 70,000 loss. What will do? Loss carry forward. So the loss which you are carrying forward to next assessment year is this. Then we need to move on to our next head, which is nothing but capital gains. You need to consider something called as capital gains. Let us move to the question here. Long-term capital gain 40, short-term capital loss 60. So now let us take your long-term capital gain. Long-term capital gain is given as 40,000. 40,000. Short-term capital loss is given as 60,000. So what I will do, based on section 70, I will adjust. So my taxable capital gain is 0. Still I am having a loss to be carried forward, which is nothing but 20,000. I'll be carrying forward this 20,000. What is this loss? Short-term capital loss to be carried forward. Not only that, long-term capital gain, nothing is taxable. This also you should mention there. Long-term capital gain on sale of shares, security transaction tax paid. We need to mention clearly. 10,000 minus 1 lakh. So as here we need to write a note here. We need to write a note. What is that? As capital gain is less than 1 lakh. As it is less than 1 lakh, nothing is taxable. So nothing is taxable. So we are not taxing anything there. Then what is the next point? Long term, yeah, we have done this. Now one more point is there. Short term capital loss under 111A. What is that? 10,000. So even this will be carry forward. So you are also having short term capital loss under section 111A, which will be carry forward. So you are having 10,000. So ultimately this 30,000 will be carry forward. So there is nothing which is taxable in terms of your long term capital gains. Then dividend, income received, winning in card games, agriculture income. So these are the 4 things which we need to consider. Now, which will be taxable as a part of your income from other sources. So what else is given there? Dividend. First one is given as dividend. Section 10. Under section 10, dividend received from Indian company. Dividend received from Indian company is not taxable. Dividend received from Indian company is exempted under section 10, subsection 34. Okay, it is purely exempted. So nothing is taxable. Then what is the next one? Lotteries. Winnings from lotteries. What is the amount of that? Winnings from lotteries is going to be 50,000. So 50,000 is nothing but the winnings from lotteries is going to be 50,000. So that is purely taxable. Then what? Then it is also mentioned as you are having some sort of card games. So you are also having winnings from the card games. So even that winning from the card games is also taxable. Winning from the card games is going to be 6,000. That 6,000 is taxable. So card games is 6,000. Then it is given as your agriculture income. It is given as agriculture income. As per section 10 subsection 1, agriculture income is exempted. So nothing is taxable. And finally, the last one given there is nothing but your bank interest. What is the amount of bank interest given? 5,000 rupees is nothing but the bank interest which is received. So now your total income from other sources will be what? 50,000 plus 6,000 plus 5,000. that is going to give you 61,000. Now, this total is going to give you something called as our gross total income. So we need to do the total. 2,60,000 plus 61,000, that will give you 3,21,000, which is nothing but your gross total income. First part of the problem is done. Second part, loss to be carry forward. So even that calculation we have done. Business loss 70,000, short term capital loss 30,000. So what we are doing here, loss to be carry forward. In that, the first one we need to consider loss from iron ore business. Loss from iron ore business amounting to 70,000. Short term capital loss amounting to 30,000. So this total 1 lakh loss, you are going to take this to the next coming year. That's it. Right. So now let us see what is this problem speaking about. Mr. Rahul, an SSC aged 61 years, gives the following information for the previous year, so and so. Loss from business or profession, 1,50,000. So now section 70 is not possible because you are having only one business. Now I need to go to section 71. What section 71 says? Loss from a business can be set off with any income other than salary income. So this 1,05,000 can be adjusted with any head of incomes. So there is no restriction at all. So then capital loss on sale of property short term means what? This is a short term capital loss amounting to 55,000. So short term capital loss amounting to 55,000. Then capital gains on sale of shares, long term, security transaction tax not paid. See, if you go back to the previous problems, it is mentioned clearly that security transaction tax was paid. There we had applied 112A. As security transaction tax is not paid, we are not going to apply 112A. So ultimately, this entire 2,05,000 is taxable. But short-term capital loss can be adjusted with your long-term capital gain. So what we are doing, I will adjust 2,05,000 minus 55,000 if I offset. Ultimately, as per section 74, what is the difference there? 1,50,000 is nothing but the capital gain, which is going to be taxable. Loss in respect of self-occupied property 15,000. Loss in respect of let-out property 30,000. So total loss from your house property is what? 45,000 is the total loss from your house property. So what the provision says, loss from house property can be adjusted with any head of income. So this 45,000, either I can adjust that with my what? Profits and gains from business or profession, or I can adjust that with my salary income, or I can adjust that with my capital gain, or I can adjust that with my income from other sources as well. So there is no restriction. You can happily set this off. Then share of loss from a firm, 1,60,000. This point I had mentioned yesterday. Section 10 subsection 2, I mentioned that share of profit exempted. Share of profit is exempted. Share of profit is exempted. Then how you can set off the share of loss? Say income exempted. So ultimately, whatever loss you are getting, that loss will also be exempted. You cannot set off that particular loss. So the share of loss 1,60,000 you cannot adjust. You cannot adjust. Income from card games, income from other sources. Winning from lotteries, income from other sources. Loss from horse race. Loss from horse race. What is this? Casual loss. This is something called as our casual loss. Casual loss cannot be set off. Casual loss cannot be carry forward. So ultimately, this entire 40,000 is of no use. That is going to be purely waste. So you're not going to take this forward. Investment in NABARD's medical insurance premium. See, at present, let us restrict our problem to only gross total income. So let us ignore about your investments. Let us ignore about your medical insurance premium. because this will be qualified for your deductions. So now let us not bother about this too. So let us close the problem till computation of your gross total income. That's it. It's very simple. In this, let us see what are the losses we have. What losses we have? Business loss. What is the business loss? 1,05,000 is the business loss. What is the other loss you are having? House property. You are also having a loss from house property amounting to 45,000. First, let us mark off the losses, then we'll try to come to the incomes, then we'll see what we can do. Then, what are the incomes we have? Okay, capital gain. You are having a capital gain. Capital gain, which gain is that? Long-term capital gain. You are having long-term capital gain amounting to 2,05,000. And you are also having something called as short-term capital loss. What is your short-term capital loss? The short-term capital loss was 55,000. Once I adjust this, what is the income you have? 1,50,000 is the income you have. Then comes your income from other sources. Okay, what are the income from other sources you are having? Card games. You are having card games amounting to 55,000. Lottery, you are having 1 lakh. That's it. So now what is the total income from other sources? 1,55,000 is the total income from other sources. Now let us see. What is the loss you are having? Income from house property? 45. What the act says? Loss from house property can be adjusted with any income. You can adjust this with long term. You can adjust with your short income from other sources. Business loss. What is the business loss you are having? 1,05,000. Business loss can be adjusted with any head of income other than income from salaries. So now I can adjust this less house property loss. How much? 45,000 will be adjusting. Then I can also adjust this business loss with my long term. So minus 1,05,000. So this gives you what? Long term capital gain is 0. 1,50,000 minus 45,000 minus 1,50,000. Long term capital gains become 0. You are having only 1,55,000, which is nothing but your gross total income. So your gross total income is going to be 1,55,000. That's it. So your answer is going to be 1,55,000. But presentation, I want you to do in the regular presentation. Computation of gross total income of Mr. Rahul for the assessment year 2021 is as follows. What you need to do? You need to take it like this. Particulars, amount in rupees, amount in rupees. House property, what you are having, show this as a loss. 45,000, you put that in the inner column. You purely show that as a part of your loss. Then comes your PGBP. Even here you are having a loss of 1,05,000. Even this you show in your inner column. Then what? Then you go to your capital gains. You take it as a capital gains here. Then you show whatever things you are having there. You clearly show this. Long-term capital gain, you are having 2 lakhs. In this, you maintain 3 columns. Amount in rupees, amount in rupees, amount in rupees. You clearly show here as 2,05,000 less short-term capital loss amounting to 55,000. Now what you do, you show this in the outer column. You show this in the outer column as 1,50,000. So you do this total as well. This total is getting as what? 1,50,000 is the loss you are getting. Now I can adjust this. So if I adjust this, you take this as your PGBP in the outer column, taking it as 0. Then the loss head is nothing but your income from other sources. You update this as your card games. You update this as your lotteries. So card games is going to be 55,000. Lotteries is going to be 1 lakh. So the total is going to be 1,55,000. Take that in the outer column. And this total is 1,55,000 gross total income. That's it. So that is the end of your problem number 4.